kind of sad.
What I thought today, Tom, and I think me and you're the only ones, not the only ones, other people have been injured. But do you remember when you injured yourself and then you were like, kind of going like timid on bench press and timid on squats? And then one day you didn't think about it and you just went for squats? That's what I'm going to do with weed.
One day you're just going to eat a bag of weed.
When I'm not thinking about it. And then I can't drink until knock out of July 12th. And so July 12th, I don't know if I'll drink that day or maybe like a month before, but I don't know.
Yeah. What's up with this Tarantino, Rosanna Arquette, Edward thing?
Wow, Tom isn't even trying to hide how bored he is anymore. Bert's in the middle of his grand sobriety monologue, and Tom just completely changes the subject. He literally looked around the room for help from his producers, like, someone throw me a lifeline here, I can't listen to this guy talk about his Whoop scores for another second. But Bert brings it right back because he just cannot believe how good it feels to simply be a normal functioning person. His daughter Isla came out to one of his shows, and the first thing she said was, "You have fingers." She's never seen her dad without sausage for hands. That's actually kind of sweet in a deeply depressing and disturbing way. And for a moment there, you could see a flicker of hope from Isla. She was like, "I'm going to give you 2 days this year that you can drink." She finally sees her dad looking healthy. She's excited. She's setting boundaries for him to keep it going. And Bert immediately shuts her down.
Tom, is I'm the lightest I've ever been in 22 years. I saw Isla the other night. Yeah, Isla came out to one of my shows, and she was like, first thing she said, she saw me is, "You have fingers." I said, "What?" She goes, "You've had sausages your whole life. You have like, I can see your bones and your fingers." She goes, "What do your ankles look like?" Isla said to me, "I'm going to give you 2 days this year that you can drink, 2 days, and that's it." And I went, "Really?" She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You look incredible." She's like, "I've never seen you like this."
That's great, man. Don't you feel good?
Yeah, and then I was like, "God, you mind? I see you 7 days a year. You think I'm going to cut it down to just 2? I'm party my dick off."
You got to get off the sauce, right?
No. I don't like what's happening in society with kids getting away from alcohol. I don't like
No. I meant the Manjaro.
Oh, yeah.
I believe kids should get away from alcohol.
I mean, if you want to let it rip, you can't do it on that, right?
Well, I haven't had a taste for it since I quit drinking, but I think that's part of parent parcel and pair. What is it?
What?
Parcel.
Part and parcel, isn't it?
Part and parcel. What's that?
Part and parcel, isn't it?
Danny, will you Google that? Parent parcel? Part and parcel? I'm trying to use bigger words.
Part and parcel, the same deal. Part and parcel.
Jesus, Bert just went full Brendan Schaub with that idiom. The CTE is contagious at this point.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that really got me. Bert's worried about kids in society moving away from alcohol. Let that sink in for a second. This man who nearly died from blood clots caused by decades of alcohol abuse is genuinely concerned that the next generation might not destroy their bodies the same way he's doing. He wants to enable an entire generation of young guys just to make himself feel better about being a drunken loser. That is the most Bert Kreischer thing I've heard in a while. Well, apart from his touring bus literally burning to the ground. Sometimes God sends us these seemingly brilliant metaphors. But this is what kills me about all of this. For years, Bert's been pumping himself full of Manjaro, testosterone, peptides, God knows what else. He counted recently how many medications he takes a day, and the number was insane. It was like 15 or 16. This whole time, all he had to do was just stop drinking. That's it. That was the answer all along. It's actually crazy that he had doctors enabling him to take all that shit while he was still living the most unhealthy lifestyle imaginable. Just right in another
You don't have to listen
way.
to the
Nobody
advice
thought
doing
to
it
say,
also
"Hey Bert, maybe try not drinking 8 doubles every day before we put you on testosterone replacement therapy." But it gets worse, as always. Because what Bert doesn't seem to realize is that his entire marriage has basically fallen apart since his young daughter moved off to college, and it's just him and Leanne in the house now. This next part is kind of rough. I actually started to feel sorry for him here. Bro genuinely doesn't see what's happening right in front of him.
Welcome to my bank. With Revolut, I can redeem airline miles from my Rev points, which I earn through everyday spending. Takeaways to household essentials. What's essential?
too fucking devious. They're the same
Two things have
people.
happened in my life that are non-negotiables. Okay, part and parcel.
No, he's got the dress on, she's got the suit
Leanne will
on.
be
It's what they switch as well.
my own room, and Leanne stopped cooking.
Although he's definitely one of those that hasn't married to do that whole maybe he has, because it's all version of
They
The
pick
cooking
up their
was
from
a
a page called
non-negotiable. She
Linkin
said she's
Park
done
fans
cooking.
from
She'll
all
never
over the
want to cook
world.
again. She's never liked cooking.
Something like
She'll
Let Me
cook
Guess,
when
though,
she wants to,
then
but don't ever plan on her cooking me a meal. If she's making herself something, it's just for her. It's not for both of us.
Okay, got it.
She said that, and then she said,
It speaks to my challenges.
she's not sleeping
What about your
tonight.
wife's challenges? I don't mean that in a mean way. What about your wife's challenges? Why is it? It's no, that's him because he's about his challenges transitioning.
I was cool with it.
Because he's the one who switched the dress.
Your non-negotiables,
Oh,
as in,
oh yeah.
what would you actually say no to? What, like if
Oh,
your
yeah.
wife said, "Oh, you can never,
It's never
we'll
going to
never
think
have
about
sex
it.
again."
His automatic Felix are out of the box and never go back in.
Instead, I want you to have your own bedroom.
I'm such my lady girl.
Yeah, right. Pretty
You're
cool.
weirdo, mate. You're fucking weirdo.
I can't wait. Like,
That's what's crazy, isn't it? Is that now his wife has to dress like a man just to please him. It's fucking crazy, isn't it? So it's like one of those. If I ever had social patriarchal, I would use the trans movement.
These are not hypothetical. These are real things Leanne has been saying to him. She's done not, I don't feel like cooking tonight. She told him
That's how life should be.
non-negotiable. She could
Never give a shit what
do
people
this
think of
ever
you.
again. Make something, it's just for her.
That way
A
it's-
separate bedroom, non-negotiable.
That's it,
She
yeah.
needs her own space. So then,
Watching
don't
straight
start
thing,
thinking
you
of
want
what
men and women.
what are
But then you
your
start watching men
non-negotiables.
dressing up like
He's
little
not
boys.
Yes.
curiosity guy. He's working up to something.
He's
Clearly running through the air.
Because this is the thing, isn't it? How? I mean, but how is it? It's got that side where there's no look
I mean,
trans. How did that? It's really weird. It's sort of supposed to be a form of like self-expression, all the rest of it, yet they all look the same.
I'll never
Weird, they have the same hair dye. They all wear the flags and all the rest of it. It's fucking crazy.
And those fake food
Okay,
things
good.
that they put on, which is so
I
bizarre.
can
Oh, yeah.
move back to LA.
The worst one that we saw, the most crazy one that I saw, somebody
There are
else shared
dudes
it of
who
one bed
moved back to
single
their
bed,
wife's
same
hometown
wife,
to be
same
around her
mask.
family,
The ones that wear
and
the
that was a
mask.
negotiable.
Yeah.
They were like, oh,
You know
yes,
the
I can do
ones?
that.
Yes.
It doesn't quite look like a mask,
it's really
except
about
what it
the
does. It
burden
looks
of
like a ghost.
everything.
Yeah,
It
'cause
looks like a ghost from a distance.
Right.
Perverted, disgusting ghost, but still a ghost.
I don't think
It's
so.
really, really weird. And then they're always like usually rubbing themselves.
Oh, yeah. That's what I find that woman funny.
Really going through it.
Because the stances they do.
That was the top
Says that-
yeah, that one was way too specific.
It's always the.
You laugh at the flashes.
It's always softcore porn, isn't it? Their poses. Oh, but these guys don't do it, and they get screamed at people in it. They stand there doing the deviancies, which you used to just do in the house and that's your business. But now you have to celebrate the deviancy. That's what bothers me.
Getting as far away as possible. Yeah, fuck around and drinking the health
Oh yeah, that I do disagree. I don't think they should be attacked for it. That's the weird thing. They're creepy, they're what, like all the rest of it. But I don't think they should be physically attacked. That's. Yeah, I just don't believe you should to them.
But of course, we've all heard how Bert thinks he absolutely be fine with young ladies, how he could easily impress them with his private jet and his lifestyle. So when Tom shows that he appeared in the Epstein files,
Oh yeah, that's what shows.
You've got a man voice, you're the god of
Yeah.
voice.
But that's what shows. It's an act, though, isn't it?
Well, I'll show you what. I'll show you what fucking.
Yes. You want to see, man? I'll show you a man and he's like really gone.
So excited about what
Yes.
100%. You are a result from the Epstein.
That's what it says. The man is never far behind. Like, oh yeah.
Oh no, it's there.
You never have to wait long for the man to come out. It's like one of those. It's talking with lefties. You never have to wait long for the venom to come out in the bottle. With the also going to feed it. Never takes long for the man to come back out in some way. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's one of those things.
And
It's the life hack.
maybe he was looking to go to a show. Maybe he was a fan.
And the weird thing is what's the
in the
next one going to be?
Yeah, you're in the FC.
There's always something new. There's always something else coming out. That's suddenly you have to accept, isn't it? It's like I can understand, like in your own home, do what the fuck you like. To me, you like, don't care. As long as everyone's consenting, don't give a shit.
Befriended Jeffrey
But
Epstein.
like,
He reached out.
oh yeah, he loves the love.
Even like, you want to get on my plate? Yeah.
It would have been in every picture. I really, and I'm being serious. I would have. I don't know how many people. Like that's why when they look at the list and they're like, this person flew with Jeffrey Epstein. Like, Chris Tucker flew everywhere with Jeffrey Epstein. And he was like, I don't know, man. I just got on a private jet to Africa.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would have definitely been one of those people.
For sure.
Can I tell you who the one weird one is? That Joe said no.
He said no to having him on the podcast.
Charlie, just turn around and damn purring. Fast, give me attention.
I was in Florida over the weekend. Real American freestyle. Lots happened. Let me tell you about it. So, anytime you come from one of these events, and we do this in wrestling, like we have an outstanding wrestler. We give an award out. And I'll think about that in my mind. Who was the outstanding wrestler? And in this case, it's complicated. Look, let's start with Bo Bassett. I don't know that I've seen anything like this. I'm not certain I've heard of anything like this, right? I mean, there's stories that come around before there was social media, there was an internet. Everybody's holding a camera and you can document things, and they become folklore. Danny Hodge became folklore. And how accurate are those stories versus the story goes on? But it's just these amazing things where Danny Hodge is just these amazing things. He can grab a pair of pliers with his bare hands and he can break on it. To prove it, he'll grab an apple right now and he'll crush it. But there's just these things. When I was growing up, Harry Polott had entered the Midlands when he was 17. Beat a number of All-Americans, came in third. Midlands was viewed as the hardest collegiate tournament in the world. Much like the NCAA, except the Olympic level. Hello, guys. And we're now living in a time where these younger guys have taken over. Aaron Pico kind of started that, by the way. And I don't know if you still give enough credit for it, but he was kind of that younger guy that could go on. Henry Cejudo with how to really so you get into Bo Bassett. Bo Bassett went out and he not only beat an Olympic champion, there's minutes left on the clock. He didn't beat him. Now, in any form of combat, if you beat a guy, you take whatever that guy has. Just for example, Bo Bassett was the Olympic champion. So in any other form of combat, we would consider, oh, the Olympic champion, he's a senior in high school. I mean, this is truly an amazing thing. And then when you look to the future, and I asked him straight up, hey, you going to redshirt next year? Now, I think the very common belief is no, he is not going to, but I don't know that he's ever been put right on the spot and asked that. And he was very respectful, and he said that's going to be up to Coach Roby and whatever he decides. Well, you look at these amazing things. Jax is right in between, right? If I'm looking at 2028, Jax is right in between being 133 pounds. Is he going to drop down a weight class, or is he going to go up a weight class? I'm very confident that I have the answer that he's going to go up a weight class, but that would still put Jax and Bassett in the same weight class. And the drama behind that alone, the fact that they grew up together, the fact that they trained every single day, twice a day together, I mean, it's just a really incredible thing. And Bassett has put such a gap, right? There's all sorts of things that can go wrong. There is no weight class that has more knee injuries than the weight class that Bassett is at. Just for example. But I'm not convinced that Bo Bassett, with a torn-up knee, can't still win. He has such a gap that if things go terribly wrong, he meets a girl. His focus comes off wrestling. He's not as motivated as he once was. You start filling in the blanks. He's still the guy. It is truly an amazing thing. And then, polite on top of everything else. All right, great. Let's look at Dylan Dennis and Colby. This ended up, like Dylan went out and represented himself very well. And there's no way that Dylan walked into this match, regardless of what he says, there's no way he went into that match thinking he's going to get the jump on Volk. Not under this rule set. But he made it up, he made the walk anyway, and by the way, I think
Dawn Kent was left stunned after paying 18 pounds for coming down starter at South London Hill. He picks it up out of the packet and it's the cheap one out of Tesco's.
No. Really, that's a daylight robbery. You go from using stuff and all that from those places, but one of the cheap one, you put such a markup on it. That is crazy.
She did the bun as well, it was meant to be some kind of fancy bread and it was a burger bun.
Yeah, see, that's there's cost cutting, and then there's ripping customers off right now.
Viral moments of the year in their first year throughout this time. What is going to stop all hell from breaking loose again? Anytime you go to the store, you got a good guy. You don't know who the bad guy was. Like both of these guys turned out to be pretty honorable men. They live by a code, and their code is a little bit different, and it might complicate the times, but they still follow this code. So as bad as this was, when on the top of Giorgio punching him and a riot breaks out, Giorgio understood. Like, Giorgio's got just that little touch of crazy in him, too. Now, this match tried to get pilfered by a number of different organizations, specifically a jiu-jitsu organization that was putting up just less than $3 million. And these guys said, no, we've got a dispute, but our dispute is under the Real American Freestyle rule set, and that's where we're going to settle. That in and of itself has an honor to it. And they go out, and this Giorgio is as tough as an old leather boot. Then you look at Saruki and like, so what would his motivation be? What would his motivation be? Saruki applies to UFC 2 weeks ago. He goes out to Brazil and takes on Moikaev, where there's nothing to gain because Moikaev is a smaller guy.
One of Underhill samples.
Ooh.
Got distracted. Don't watch TV while Monsters of Chess as well, actually. Oh.
It would be impossible to identify the father, you see. She had sex with two twins, so she knew the dad, and I told her, oh, look, my Charlie boy sat down. Look, I'll have to get up now.
They want to do it. If Conor McGregor was to take on a mob,
in a minute, then
but Conor McGregor's got a microphone 3 times to tell us why that was important, we would want to. I believe he's going to fight here. Who do I want to see him fight? He can't go wrong. I'm looking forward to the return of the Notorious. Herman says, Chael, more like Brother Chael. No question, just enjoying your content. All right, well, thank you very much. Next one comes from Fine Scuba. How would you stop an axe murderer from getting close